Breaking XRP news. Ripple just did it again. A massive whale just flipped on the market. Does that mean that we are about to see the market finally go green? Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. I just recorded maybe the greatest video of all time, and then I realized that my microphone was off. So hopefully this video is a lot better than the previous version, and we will get 1 million views on it. I know it's already going to happen. It's going to go viral. Everybody that's watching is going to smash the like button and is going to drop a comment to get the juices flowing. And we're gonna get into a good mood here. I know that the crypto market hasn't been that great recently. XRP is currently at $2.36. We're also going to talk about how much money has the Trump family actually made from crypto. You won't believe the number. But at first, I wanted to start out with this meme. This is what women think men want. It's about 90% men here. So ladies, forgive me. What we really want is a handshake between Trump and Xi, and the trade conflict here to be over between the US and the Chinese government. Of course, this is affecting the market. You can see XRP is down here 1.9%, but it's not just XRP. It's also Bitcoin at 1088, Ethereum again under 4,000. You might be watching this video a little bit later than when I am recording, because I'm recording this a little bit earlier because I want to go to sleep. But this is my last full day in Bangkok, and I'm going back home tomorrow. So by Saturday, you'll already see me back in the studio with the nice background, and we'll be by Monday, we'll be back to 3 times a day. So I really appreciate you coming and watching the video. I just want to remind you that I will never tell you to buy, to sell, or to hold. Of course, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. I do not know how the market is going to react to what happens between China and the US. I don't know what President Trump is going to say here at 3 p.m. Eastern time. He's going to make an announcement. Maybe it's a good announcement. Maybe it's a bad announcement. I don't know. Max Crypto says here, I'm ready with my McDonald's job application. Hope you guys are prepared too. Listen, someone says here, if your portfolio depends on one speech, you're not investing. You're right. And it's true. I'm a big believer in diversification, right? Crypto is basically my most risky investment, but it's also the one that I see the most potential in, right? I'm in real estate, in crypto, in the stock market. Right now, the stock market is behaving okay. I know it's pulled back the last few days, but it's close to all-time high. And my stock portfolio is doing super duper really good. And yet my crypto portfolio is doing okay. It's not at all-time high, but it's still a lot better than it was last year, right? So I'm always in perspective. Yes, people lost a lot of money using leverage, but there's ways that you can combat this. For example, a lot of people were on leverage that was crossed and they weren't on isolated. That might be a fix that maybe many people will move to. Or maybe people will always have a short position on the market at low leverage or something like that to combat the possibility of what we saw previously. Hopefully this is a black swan event and it doesn't happen again. I know that a lot of people are like, well, how can you even talk about leverage again? We talk about how we keep coming back because we're in love with the crypto market, and I see so much potential with the crypto market. But again, I'm looking more long term. The fact is that XRP is at 232 or 235 or 2 or 3. It doesn't really matter. It just affects the numbers on my portfolio. And I have taught myself not to look at the numbers, because it doesn't matter if my portfolio is worth 50,000, 10,000, 100,000, if I am continuing with my plan, right? And if I'm looking long term. Of course, I'm always day trading and swing trading in specific scenarios. Sometimes I go long, sometimes I go short, okay? Now, if you're interested, our partner Blofin will give the opportunity to do those kinds of things. You can go long, you can go short. If you think the market is going to pull back, short the market. Be my guest. Go ahead. I do it sometimes as well. I also open sometimes insurance positions to combat potential uncertainty, right? It's normal. It's part of the market. If you have a possibility to use a tool, use it. Okay. And if you sign up using my link, you'll get $300 bonus to try out the program if you deposit $2,000 or more. Link is in the description down below, but please trade responsibly. I've made a lot of money with leverage, but I've also lost a lot of money as well. And you need to trade responsibly. Okay. Don't invest amounts that you cannot afford to lose. Also, remember that exchanges have closed down. They've done shenanigans to close positions. So read the user agreement, make sure you understand the risks and rewards. And if you do use my link, I will get a commission. So thank you for that. It's always important to have multiple exchanges because you don't know what's going to happen if you're using exchanges. Some exchanges you could buy XRP at 125 and some you couldn't, right? So if you have multiple exchanges, you brought in the possibility that you can buy assets at that level. By the way, Out Blofin and our other partners, Bitunix and BTCC, you can also do spot trading, not just leverage trading. So again, link is in the description down below. Copy trading, there's a lot of other things, right? Copy trading, futures, spot, you can do all, right? So breaking news, Ripple to acquire GT Treasury firm in a $1 billion deal, right? And if we look here, what G Treasury is, treasury management software for complete cash visibility, forecasting, and risk scroll, industry-leading solutions for CFOs and treasury teams. So this is another huge buy here for Ripple, and they are continuing to broaden their portfolio, continuing to build, continuing to the fact that it says here, Ripple isn't chasing headlines, it's building corporate rails. Treasury integration signals crypto moving into enterprise infrastructure. Are payments and liquidity management about to converge on chain? They continue, right, to make themselves a huge company, right? And of course, this is going to benefit XRP in the future. The more and more traffic that is on XRPL, the more benefit it has for XRP. Okay, so Ripple continues to make headlines and continues to give us interesting information. A whale flips bullish, right? As per Look on Chain, a whale who made $5.5 million in 4 days just flipped from short to long, opening a 5x long on 68.4 Bitcoin, which is about 7.6 million, and setting Ethereum longs orders too. Maybe this whale is looking and saying, okay, you know what? Hopefully Trump and China, they get themselves together, they stop the fighting, and the market suddenly recovers here and is able to go up. The Fed says some good things, although what's currently the Fed Mirren says that a 50 BPS cut could happen this month. You know, when we're looking at this situation, we're looking at where, for example, we were last year in October. You know, we're seeing similar things, right? October didn't play out the way we wanted. I'm kind of getting deja vu. But last year, right, October, we were in the middle of October around 60,000. And then towards the end, we started getting a movement, but it didn't, you know, go to banana zone. Like people were saying, oh, October, we're going to have massive movements. And then it ended up finishing around 60, 69, 70,000, but that was it already had done 74,000, 72,000 at that time. And then of course we had November and everything, went bananas. But XRP, if you remember, not a lot of you were watching the channel back then, but we were at around 67, around that range, 67 cents. We went all the way down to 50 cents. People were depressed here. They were, it was like, oh my God, XRP, can it ever, get out, right? And people that were buying here in the depression, where is it? 235, right? Where we are right now, they're up 377%, right? So who knows where we are in a year, right? Again, I always look long term. I'm not looking short term here for XRP. When I look at this situation and, gold is at all-time high, it keeps going up because there's uncertainty. On the one hand, you have the U.S. fighting, and on the other hand, you see China says it wants to work with the U.S. to solve trade problems. but then you have conflicting things, and the president can say something, or the president of China can say something, and the market can go the other direction, right? So short term, again, the prices, I'm not too concerned about them. I'm looking long term, and I'm looking at the fact that, you know, Eric Trump came out and said that the Trump family has made more than $1 billion from crypto. And I said to myself, when I'm looking at that number and I'm looking at how much they made from the crypto market, you know, at least for the next 2-3 years, I don't see the US government becoming less positive on the crypto market. And, you know, looking at that and looking at all these big institutions, JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley and Fidelity and BlackRock, and they're all coming into the crypto market, how can I be bearish on the crypto market right now, right? Yes, short term things happen, but long term, I'm totally bullish on the crypto market in general. I'm bullish on XRP. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm bullish on all the top dogs because I think that people will continue to buy into them as stabler assets, as assets of building portfolios. Of course, there's always going to be some asset that comes from the bottom and is going to have a massive rally. But I am a big believer of stabilization of portfolios and having good assets at the top. Okay. You can do whatever you want and you can build out your portfolio however you want. Again, I'll never tell you to buy, to sell, or to hold because I don't know day to day what's going to happen. Of course, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Make sure to check out the links in the description down below. Remember, I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to send me any money. Those are scammers. Please be very careful out there. I'm not on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram. I'm not DMing you. I'm not asking you to sign up to anything outside of what we're talking about here. So just be very careful out there, okay? And if you're interested, again, Blofin, BTCC there, and Bitunix. So check those out in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to smash the like button. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.